Hey everybody, it's Kathy and I'm back with another video, and this is going to be my first impressions of the new L'Oreal Nude palettes. I picked these palettes up last night, so I'm excited to share them with you guys. I got them from my local Walmart and they were about 16 bucks a piece, give or take a few cents, and I got 1 and 2. I didn't know that they were coming out with 2 palettes, but the display had 1 and 2. So I have both of them today and I'm going to share them with you guys. So if you're interested in seeing my first impressions of these new palettes, then keep watching. So starting off with the case is actually pretty heavy. It's in a heavy duty plastic and it's quite shiny and it does leave a lot of fingerprints. And this is what the palette looks like. I think it looks pretty sleek. It's black with gold writing. In the front you can see the 10 shades that are in the palette. And the back, I don't believe the shades have names. They just are numbered 1 through 10 and it gives you examples of 4 different looks that you can create with the palette. So you get four different options with each palette. And there are 10 shades in each palette. The shades range from shimmer to matte. There's not really any glitter in here. Some of the shimmers have a little more shimmer or glitter than others, but there are no like straight glitters in the palettes. And the palettes are a pretty good size and they're a little bit heavy, I think, for a palette. And just to compare, here's like a Wet n Wild palette, one of the new Wet n Wilds that I got. And here is the Smoked palette, just to give you guys an idea of how big the size is. So I would say it's the average size of a palette. It's kind of thick. I would say maybe a 1/4 of an inch thick, maybe a little bit bigger than that. When you open it up, the palette does come with like a little brush. It's like a sponge tip on one side and a brush on the other side. This isn't really high quality to me. I really don't like it. I'll probably still use it. I don't like to throw things away. Try to get most value out of things. So this is what it looks like when you open it up. The first part of this is plastic where you can see through the palette, and then the second inch is glass, or not glass, it's a mirror. Try not to blind you guys. And here are the colors. The colors are very pretty. I was a little skeptical at first because I didn't know how well they will look on brown skin, but they actually show up quite nicely. So the colors range from browns to golds to darker browns to like a little silver. So this is the Nude 1, and this one has 3 mattes in it, and then the first one kind of looks like a matte, but it's also like a satin finish. Some of the satin finishes have like more glitter, they're more shimmery than others, but for the most part, it's like a shimmer palette or satin palette, and there's 3 mattes to choose from. And the first one, it's really pretty. I'm using it today as a highlight. It kind of looks matte, but once you rub it, like you can catch like the little shimmers in it. So I'm going to quickly go through the different colors for you guys. The first one is a light beige. This is semi-matte with hidden shimmer. The second one is more of a peachy gold satin. This one is gorgeous. It's one of my favorites from the palette. I'm wearing it on my lid today. I think it's very pretty. The next one is a medium brown matte, kind of a light to medium brown matte. I use this as a transition color today. The next one is a warm gold shimmer. It's similar to number 2, but it's not as peachy as this one. This one is more of like a true gold or a warm gold, not as shiny as the second one. The next one is a light chocolate brown matte. It's hard to see on me. It kind of blends into my skin tone. The next one is a darker chocolate brown matte. And the next one is like a dark golden brown shimmer. It's really pretty. And this one is like a chocolate brown shimmer. This one has more gold in this one. This one was like a dark chocolate brown. And this one is like more of like a rusted silver shimmer. This one reminds me of the Urban Decay one. I can't remember the really popular one by Urban Decay. I think it's maybe in Nude 1 and Nude 2. And this one is similar, a more cooler shimmer. So these two are kind of in the same family. This one's more silver and this one's kind of more peachy gold. So this is Nude 1 and I use this one today. So let's move on to Nude 2. So this is the Nude 2 palette. It's a similar layout as Nude 1. Except these colors are more like, I would say like more evening colors. You can do a lot more smoky eyes with this one because the colors are a lot darker. So let's quickly look at this palette and go over the colors. So this one also has the brush inside, of course, and the mirror. It also has 10 shadows, except the shadows in here, there are 6 mattes versus Nude 1, 3 matte. And these colors are, I would say, a lot more cool tone than Nude 1. and they're more like evening to me. I think I can get a lot more smoky eyes out of this one. So I'm going to quickly go over the different colors. The first one is a light beige satin. It has a hint of pink to it. And the next one is a very nice shimmer or satin finish. It's almost metallic-y on my skin. It looks more like brown in the pan, but once I applied it on my skin, it had a little more pink to it. The next one is like kind of a mauvish grayish matte, kind of a hard color to describe. The next one is a smoky chocolate matte. It looks more chocolate on my skin tone and a little more gray in the palette. The next one, I just love this. It's like a smoky gray. It's like a light smoky gray, but it looked like it had a hint of purple on my skin. I think this one is really pretty. The next one is also like a chocolate satin shimmer finish, but it has a hint of pink in it. This one is really pretty also. I like that one. The next one is a light beige matte. It does also have a hint of pink. The next one is like a smoky purple. A smoky purple mauve color is really pretty. This one is like a sister shadow to the next one. It's like a deep gray with like a hint of purple in it. It's really pretty. Just a quick mini review of each color. If I had to choose, I would go with the Nude 2 because I think I can probably get more use out of it, and you can get more smoky looks. And for me, this one is different, more different than the other ones I have. I think this one may be similar to like the Urban Decay 1 and 2. Coastal Scents nude palette. So I have that one. So, and I also have the julep one. So I feel like I have, you know, a lot of colors in here. There wasn't really any standout colors to me. My favorite one was the second shimmer, and the first one was really pretty too. The last two kind of remind me of the Urban Decay nude colors. So I would go with, if I had to choose between one, I would go with the more cool tone one. Even though warmer tones look better on my skin tone, the cool tone one, I don't feel like I have, you know, all of these colors. I have this pretty mauvish pinkish matte, this pretty purple matte, and this dark smoky purple that are really nice in here. So if I was to choose between the two palettes, I would go with the 2 over the 1 because I feel like the 1 is like covered in a lot of different palettes. So I used the naked one to do the eye look that I did today. I'm not sure how well it's coming across on camera. The quality of the shadows was decent. They're not the best shadows that I ever used, but I didn't have a lot of fallout. There wasn't a lot of dust like when you tap the shadow. There wasn't a lot of dust. I did notice a lot of shadow like once I set the palette down. I don't know if there's a leak, but I did notice like a lot of shadow coming from the palette. Like if I set it on top of my desk or if I set it on top of my computer, I did notice like a lot of shadow coming out, which I don't know how that's possible. But overall, my first impression is I think these are pretty good palettes. I think it's a good value for your money. It was $16, which equates to about $1.60 per eyeshadow, which is a pretty good value. You get 17.5 grams, and the shadows are a lot larger than what you get in most drugstore palettes, I think. I was really surprised when I first opened up the palette and I noticed how large the shadows are, and that's like a little bit more than an inch long. So you do get a lot of products, so that's nice. As far as the quality, I think the quality is decent. I've only used these once, so I can't give a full out there review, but first impressions is I do like the palettes. I do like the colors, but I do feel like a lot of the colors are covered in different palettes. But I think these would be good to travel with if you want to travel and you want something that has a lot of options. You want to do some daytime looks and some smoky eyes, and you don't want to worry about taking an expensive palette. I think this is pretty sturdy. It's like a hard plastic. It does give you some ideas on the bag. You have a lot to choose from. You can do daytime and nighttime looks with these. You may want to throw in a better quality brush. I wasn't too crazy about the brush that was inside, but as far as the colors and the value, I think it's a great value for your buck. So that is my first impression of these nude palettes. I found them from my local Walmart and it was $16. I haven't seen these in my local CVS or Walgreens yet. I was looking for them, so I'm not sure how much they'll be priced there. So that is my quick review of these palettes. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys are having a great weekend. And I will talk to you in the next video.